Hello everyone and welcome to Blender Animation Tutorials. In this tutorial series I explain the essential Blender concepts and tasks that you need to know in order to create complex simulations. In this particular tutorial we will learn how to copy an object along a path in Blender. Here's the plan. To illustrate the main idea, first we will add a simple cylinder shown over here. Then we will define a spiral-looking path, shown over here, and we will copy this cylinder along this path. As the result of this operation, we will obtain an array of 300 cylinders. Finally, we will explain how to split this array such that we can manually change every object in the array. But before I start with explanations, I would like to mention the following. It took me a significant amount of time, energy, and planning to create this completely free video tutorial. Consequently, I kindly ask you to press the like and subscribe buttons. Also, if you have some questions or a comment about the material presented in this lecture, please feel free to ask your question in the comment section below. Thank you. Okay, let's start from scratch. Click on File, click on New, and click on General. First, I will need to make a few adjustments such that you can see the keyboard and mouse buttons that I'm pressing. This will help you to more easily reproduce this example on your computer. I will run a simple plugin which tracks the buttons being pressed. You don't need to do this step. Here's the plugin and I will press play. Now, if I press the left mouse button, you will see it over here. If I press the middle mouse button, you will see over here. If I press the right mouse button, you will see over here. Since some of you might not be familiar with Blender, I need to explain a few important things. First of all, you select objects by using the left mouse click. Then you can translate or pan slide a view by pressing Shift and by holding the middle mouse button. You can rotate the view by holding the middle mouse button and by moving the mouse. Finally, you can zoom in or zoom out the view by pressing Ctrl and middle mouse button and by moving the mouse. On the other hand, if you have a mouse with a rolling middle mouse button, you can use the rolling middle mouse button to zoom in or zoom out. Let us first erase this default cube. Click on the cube and press Delete. Next, let's add a cylinder. Click on Add, click on Mesh, and click on Cylinder. Here's the cylinder. Then, over here, click on this menu, Object Properties, and over here you can scale the cylinder. So for example, let's select 0.4, 0.4, and let's shift this cylinder for 1 meter. To do that, click over here on Delta Transform, and in the Z field, press 1. OK. Next, let's define the path. Click on View, and over here, under Viewpoint, select Top. Then, over here, click on Add, click on Curve, and find Path. Here's the path. This orange straight line. Then go to the edit mode and let's change this path. That is, let's create a spiral. To create the spiral, we will be using the extrude operation. First of all, click on this node and then click over here. Or you can also press E. Then over here you can simply extrude this path. Okay. Then again, the last node is selected, press E, and here's another segment. Then again, E, here's another segment, and repeat this procedure. Let's do it. Together, here it is. Now over here, let's zoom out a little bit, E, and continue. And slowly we are creating a spiral, segment by segment. I like this option a lot. It's very useful. Then zoom out, just segment by segment. Very useful. This is one of the best options in Blender, to be honest, because you can easily create spiral, Bezier curves, etc. Okay, here it is. Here is the end. Now, over here, we need to verify one very important thing about this path. We need to verify the path direction, and we need to make sure that the path direction is properly set. Consequently, click over here, click somewhere outside of this path. Then, over here, you have this menu, and you need to activate normals. Now, if you zoom in, you will see the direction of the path. And the direction of this path is wrong. To change the direction, you need to select one of the nodes, then press A to select everything, and then over here under segments, click on switch direction. And you see the effect. Now we change the direction of the path. Perfect. Our next objective is to create an array out of this cylinder. To do that, first click somewhere over here and go back to the object mode. Then rotate the view. Next, select the cylinder and you need to click over here. Modified properties. Then over here you need to click on add modifier and you need to click on array. And you can see immediately what happened. We copied this cylinder. Now, over here we can set up the offset along the x-axis. Let's choose, let's say, 2. And you can notice that we are offsetting everything in the positive x-axis. And then we are not offsetting along the path. Don't worry about that, we'll fix that later. For the time being, let's add, for example, 20 objects over here, and you can see that these objects are copied along the x-axis. Next, click over here, then click on curve, and you will see this menu. Click on this eyedropper tool, which is very useful for selecting an object, and click on the path. And here it is. Magic happened. We can see that we are now copying the objects along our path. And now over here you can adjust the number of objects, for example, 100. Let's see the effect. We need a little bit more, let's say 150, less, for example, 120. However, you can also play with the offset over here if you want to decrease. Let's, for example, add 150. Perfect. And here it is. Next, over here, you need to click on Apply, and over here, you need to click on Apply. Let's make this array more interesting by changing the colors. Select the array, then click over here, click on New, and let's change the color. For example, let's select this color. However, you cannot see the result over here. To see the result, you need to click over here or over here. And for example, let's choose something less aggressive, for example, this color. Here it is. Now let us try to change the location or to, for example, change the dimensions of one of the cylinders from this array. For example, this cylinder. Click over here, click on the cylinder, and click over here to transform. And let's try to move this cylinder. You can see what happens. We cannot independently move this cylinder because we will simply move everything together. Let's press Ctrl Z to undo this operation. Over here, you can observe that we have only a single cylinder. That is, we have an array of cylinders. Let us learn how to split this array. To do that, click over here, then select the Edit mode, click on Mesh, and over here you need to find this option Separate. We will separate by loose parts. Okay, and here's the effect. Now, if you look over here, we have cylinder, and in addition to this cylinder, we have 150 cylinder objects. Perfect. Now, let us try to change the location or to modify one of the cylinders. You can observe that we are currently in the edit mode. Click over here to go in the object mode, and over here you can select cylinders. For example, let us select the cylinder 147. Here is the cylinder. And let's try to move or to change the location of the cylinder, so you need to click on transform, make sure that this cylinder is selected, and you need to click over here, and you can see what happened. We can clearly move and change the location of this cylinder. However, we can see one issue. The center of this cylinder is actually defined at 0, 0. However, we would like to have the center of the cylinder to be located at its center of mass. Next, I will explain how to set the center of every object to its center of mass. First of all, let's do Ctrl Z to return everything to initial state. Then, click over here and click on A to select everything. Then, click on Object and click on Set Origin, and over here, you need to select this option, Origin to Center of Mass, and let's see the effect. Voila, here it is. Let's now repeat the operation. Click over here, click on the particular cylinder, for example this one, and here it is. You can see that the center is actually at the center of the mass. And let's move the cylinder. Here it is. We can erase it. Then we can, for example, select this one. We can erase, or this one, or this one, or this one, or we can scale them also. So click over here and you can scale them as you wish. Perfect. Okay, that will be all for today. I hope that you liked this video. If you like the videos I'm creating, please press the like and subscribe buttons. Thanks a lot and have a nice day.